Hello students, good morning to all of you. Am I audible?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So midsem over. How was the midsem?
Good.
Good. Okay. So any doubt in midsem? If you remember some questions you are not able to do, or any other doubt? Yes. Okay,
Ma'am.
I do no doubt. Okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. One question was there that
Yeah.
with order 3, how many non-isomorphic tree will be there? Ma'am, it will be
Yeah.
0 or 1.
Order 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So how many non-isomorphic? You tell me.
Ma'am, I did it 0.
Why?
Ma'am, because
नॉन
already.
आइसोमॉर्फिक मींस सेम नहीं होने चाहिए ना. You have 3 vertices and you want tree, right? N is equal to 3. You want tree. So you have this one only. Does it exist any other? Any other like this one or this one? All are isomorphic, right? Isomorphic to this one. So there
Yes, ma'am.
is one non-isomorphic tree. Different कितने होंगे? One ही है. सारे के सारे तो सेम होंगे इसी के, right?
Okay, ma'am.
This I discussed at the time of tree. Now you tell me how many corresponding to n is equal to 4 non-isomorphic. Yes.
2.
See here, all the non-isomorphic tree I have written, right? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Corresponding to n is equal to 3, there is 1. N is equal to 4, there are 2. Right? N is equal to 5, there are 3. And if you talk about all the isomorphic and all the tree, whether it is isomorphic or non-isomorphic, that is corresponding to 5 vertices A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, how many trees exist? So that will be the number of spanning tree for K5, right? That is same as number of tree corresponding to n is equal to 5, right? So that will be n raised to power n minus 1, n minus 2, not n minus 1. So it will be 5 raised to power 3. And out of that, only 3 are non-isomorphic. 3 are different. Okay? All other are either isomorphic to this first one or isomorphic to this one or same as the third one. Any other doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. One question. I'm just drawing the graph. There was one graph, and we need to find its number of spanning trees of that graph.
Yes. Tell me that graph.
Just a minute, ma'am. I'm drawing that graph.
Okay, so I'm just showing you where we have done this. Spanning tree, how to find it? You can count it by just drawing all the trees like this, or by using the edge contraction method, that is recurrence method as well, or by using the matrix method, right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, which you apply?
In this we can use matrix method.
Matrix method, okay. So, if you apply the matrix method, then what will be the matrix Q? Tell me, Q for that. At diagonal entry, there are 4 vertices now. So it will be 4 cross 4, right? 4 cross 4. And at diagonals, there will be degree of each vertex. Okay. So you count the degree and write over the diagonals, right? Here, it will be degree. Okay. Degree of first vertex, second, third, fourth. Okay. And then these are the non-diagonal entries are minus Aij. And what this Aij, that is minus of number of edges between Vi to Vj. Okay, minus of number of edges. If there is 1 edge, then it is minus 1. If there are 2 edges, then minus 2. If there are 3 edges, minus 3. If there are 8 edges, minus 8, right? So corresponding to I and J and I, you just draw this Qi, this Q matrix. Okay, here it will be Qij, Qji, right? And this is undirected graph, so it will be symmetric matrix. Okay, this will be 4 cross 4. Then again you delete 1 row and 1 column to get Q star 3 cross 3. Okay, first row, first column you can delete it. Okay, that is I is equal to 1 you are deleting and J is equal to 1 you are deleting, right? That the number of spanning tree will be the determinant of Q star into minus 1 raised to power I plus j. So minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1, that will give you just 1. And finally, determinant of Q star is your number of spanning tree for that graph. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly, if I show you where the question is, this one, right?
Yes, yes.
So you had, I think, 105, 106, not 5.
106.
Yeah. So
Excuse me,
this
ma'am.
was the- Yeah.
Ma'am, there was a question
Mhm.
that when we join P4 and C3, what will be the order and the size?
Sorry, P4 and
C3.
C3.
Yes, ma'am.
P4 join with C3. What will be the order of this graph?
Order and size.
Yes, you tell me if you join it. What do you
Ma'am, order
get?
will be 7. That
Order will be 4 plus 3,
3, 7.
7.
Size.
Size
Yeah.
will be this size of this graph plus size of this graph plus all the 4 vertices are joined to 3 vertices over here, right? 4 vertices over here and 3 vertices are over here. So here the size was 3 and here also 3, right?
Yes.
Yes. And after joining, what do you get? This graph and all the edges, each one. Okay, so that is K43, number of edges in K43. Clear? Because 4 vertices over here, 3 vertices over here. Every vertex is adjacent to all the vertices. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So what will be the size? 3 plus 3 plus n1 into n2. This is your order of this graph, order of this graph.
Yes.
Clear? 4 vertex, 3 vertex. Into, that is 12, right?
Oh.
Okay, so what it will be? 18.
Yes.
So was this in option 7, 18?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So MCQ तो इसी टाइप के बनेंगे ना, कोई ड्रॉ नहीं करवाएगा तुमसे ज्वाइन. Any other doubt?
Ma'am, a graph has 14 vertices and 27 size, and 6 vertices are degrees 6.
Okay, just wait. Let me note it. Yeah. There are n is equal to 14.
And size is 27.
Yes, size 27.
And the graph contains 3, 4, 5 and 3, 4, 5 degrees.
3, 4, 5 degrees.
6
Only.
vertices are and 6 vertices are degree 4.
With degrees are this one and corresponding to degree 4.
Yes, ma'am. 6 vertices.
That's 6 number of vertices. Okay.
And how many vertices have 3 degree? Question.
Okay. So are these 12 or 7? Sorry, 5 or 7? Okay. Let me show you how we solve it. As this is talking about the degrees and n, also m is given, so you can use the degree sum formula. You have the formula, right? But that gives you all the degrees, summation of all the degree. If vertex is starting from 1 to 14, na? Total number of vertices are 14. So degree of vi, this is giving you 2 into m, right? 2 into 27. Clear? So there are 6 vertices corresponding to degree 4. Okay. So suppose V1, V2 and so on up to V6. These are with degree 4. Clear? So 4 will be added how many times?
6 times.
6 times. So 4 into 6 I can write. Clear? That is 4 into 6 plus suppose x number of vertices corresponding to degree 5 or 3, anything you can just take it. So what is being asked? Corresponding to 3 number of vertices?
Yes, ma'am. Corresponding.
Okay. So I'm just assuming there are x number of vertices present with degree 3. Clear? Now tell me the remaining vertices. There are x number of vertices with degree 3 and 6 number of vertices corresponding to this one. And what about 5? See, total vertices are 14.
8 minus x, ma'am.
So 14 minus 6 minus x. Clear?
Yes,
So it will be 8 minus x. Okay. So next x times 3 will be added x times, right? So 3 into x. Next 5 will be added 8 minus x times. That will be 5 into 8 minus x. And this is your 2 into 27, 54. So from here you can get x, that will give you the number of vertices corresponding to degree 3. So this is 24 and okay, so 24 here, 3x minus 5x. 3x minus 5x, it is minus 2 na? And 5 into 8, 40. Clear? And this I am just writing over here minus 54, and this minus 2x on right side, it will give you plus 2x, right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this you got as 10, 30, minus 30 and 40 minus 30 is 10. 2x, x is 5. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So was this answer? It could
5.
also ask how many vertices corresponding to degree 3 and 5. So if corresponding to degree 3 there are 5 vertices, then corresponding to degree 5 there are 3 number of vertices. Clear? Corresponding to degree 3, there are 5 vertices, and corresponding to degree 5, there are 3 number of vertices. Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Now, sometimes they are not giving you the size, but they are just giving you, and that graph is a tree. Then what you will do? If size is not given, order given and some degree given, corresponding to number of vertices are given, then what you will do? Here we need 2 into m, right? What will be m for tree?
N minus 1.
N minus 1. So you can calculate from here only. It will be n minus 1, 13, right? So that you can put over here. N minus 1 directly, or you can just put this 13. Okay? But here the size was given 27, right? So you need to put that only, because it is not given as if it is 3. Clear? Yes, any other doubt? Yes, any other doubt? Anyone else? No doubt? Can we start next chapter? Chapter 7. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So should we start 7.1 or can we revise 6.1 today?
Ma'am, revise.
We are just left with 7.1 and 2.
You can revise 7 to 6.1.
Okay, it's half an hour, nearly 38 minutes left. So we can just revise today, and tomorrow I'll start 7.1. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow it will be completed, 7.1. Okay? Actually in this one, we will color the edges. Okay? Yeah. So what we discuss in chapter 6? Planar graph. What is the difference between plane and planar graph? Tell me. Difference between plane and planar graph. Definitions of plane and planar with example.
Ma'am, a graph that can be drawn as a plane graph is known as planar graph.
Okay. And what about this plane graph? As you are drawing this planar graph as a plane graph. So what about this plane? Plane graph is also known as planar embedding. Yes.
Ma'am, any graph in which two edges will not intersect are known as plane graph.
Yes. Any graph without edge crossing, which is drawn such that no two edges conflict each other. That is your plane graph. So way of drawing will determine whether it is plane or not, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So even if it is P4, P4 is plane?
Ma'am, depends on how we draw.
Depends, right? If I draw like this, then it is not plane. Clear? Not plane. This part will be plane. Okay? Is this planar? Both are planar?
Yes, ma'am.
Just you can draw like this, and this is already drawn like that. Yeah. Tell me 5 example of planar graph. 5 different example.
Ma'am, K4.
K4. K4, okay.
P6.
Okay, what about Kn? Kn up to which end it is planar?
Ma'am, up to 4.
4. Next.
Pn.
Pn. Roland, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Next.
CS.
KR.
KRS. So which R and S?
Ma'am, R and S less than 3.
R and S less than 3.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Ma'am, R should be greater than equal to 1
Okay.
and S should be less than equal to 2.
Okay. So you can just say this will be non-planar if you take the minimum of both, that will be at least 3, right? Minimum of R and S. Minimum of R and S have to be at most 2, right? In that it is planar. Otherwise, if it is at least 3, it is non-planar, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So 3 type. What about 4th example?
CN.
Okay. One more.
Ma'am, all the 3s.
Yes.
Ma'am, 3s.
3. Okay. Yes. So these are 5 examples. One more Kn complement. Is it planar?
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, it is a plane because no edge is there, na? So you can always give this example in plane graph, right? What about Peterson graph? Is it planar?
No, ma'am.
No. Yeah. K5 and K33, these are not planar because these cannot be drawn as a plane graph. Why? Diagonal. There is one diagonal that cannot be drawn like no edges cross each other, right? So this in this one, this diagonal makes the problem, and in this one, any of these, right? Yeah. Then we discuss about dual. What do you understand by dual? Yeah. Before dual, a graph that is planar, you can always draw as a plane graph. Okay, you can draw as a plane graph, and a plane graph divides this R2 plane into some regions. These are known as its faces. Okay, or simply region. Clear? For example, cube in 3 dimensions, Q3, is it planar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, planar. We can draw like that. Know as cross each other, right? How many regions?
6.
6 region, right? And in 3D structure, if you will look at this, it does not look like a cube. Okay, anyways, it has 6 faces, right? So this rear face is become your unbounded region in R2. Clear? Okay. So this one is R1. You can take this R1, this face. This face as R1. This one. Okay. And this one R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, right? So this R6 is this one, front face. This one, this right hand side, R2. This one above. This one is R2, no? So this was R3. Yeah, what about this left hand side face? R4. This one. R4. Right? And this below is your R5. Okay? Yeah. Number of region is denoted by F. Number of vertices is denoted by N. Number of edges is denoted by M or sometimes E. Okay? So for G, we know about these because this is a planar graph, and plane part we know. And after drawing plane only, we can get about F. We can get this F number, right? Number of faces. Then dual of this graph will be also a planar graph, and in fact it can be drawn as a plane where number of faces will be equal to number of vertices, and number of vertices will be number of faces. Clear? So G star will be a graph with number of vertices, because corresponding to each face you have a vertex over here. Okay? So for this one, these faces become vertices. What else? Number of edges will be remaining same. Here, and number of faces will become n. Okay. So whose vertices, a graph, this will also, we can be drawn as a plane, whose vertices corresponding to the faces of G. Face of G becomes the vertices. So corresponding to this one, there will be, in G star, there will be 6 number of vertices. Clear? Okay. And edges are defined how? Whenever there is an edge E, if there is face X over here, face Y over here, and these faces are becoming vertices X and Y. Then if this edge has X on left side, Y on right side, then that will be as joining this one. Okay. So on one side you have one face, on other side you have other face. Then these vertices will be adjacent. Clear? Or you can understand like this: X and Y are separated by this edge, so corresponding to this one, these vertices will be joined by the corresponding edge. Okay, this will be E star. This was E. Okay. And whenever there is only one face, here also you have X, here you also you have X, then what will be there? Formation of loop, right? This will be X star or X, you can just say this will be E star, because this edge has X over here, so that will be adjacent to the end points, so this will be X and X. This will be loop. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And when the multi-edges formation occur, multi-edge.
Ma'am, edges on cycle.
Yes. So whenever you have X and Y, these faces X and Y, these have more than one common edges. Clear? So there is this common edge, this common edge. So in fact, if you draw for this one, you have X and Y. Corresponding to this one, what do you have? Two vertices. Okay. And these are corresponding two edges, right? Here, X, Y, X, Y. So this will be the G star. Okay. In this one, two vertices and three multi-edges. Clear? This will be your C3 star. And in any tree, if there is a tree, how many faces will it have? How many regions it is dividing the plane into?
One.
One region only, that is unbounded. And all the edges are bridged, and whenever edges are bridged, this forms the loop, right? In G star. Okay. And whenever edges on the cycle and having common, or you can just say two faces have more than one common edges, these are multi-edges. So Pn, or in fact T star, T is a tree, T star will be this one. Okay. So tell me, by looking at these only, if two graphs are isomorphic, or you can just say two graphs are not same, non-isomorphic, then can you say their star dual of these graphs will not be isomorphic? Yes? Can you say it? Or two graphs are isomorphic, same, then their dual is isomorphic. Can you say it? Yes? Yes?
No, ma'am, not always.
Not always. Because you have Pn over here, right? Pn is not isomorphic to all the trees, right? In general, any tree and Pn are not isomorphic, but the dual are isomorphic, right? What about dual of this one? Yes, dual of this graph. This was the dual of P3, na? If you have P3, dual of this P3 is this one, right? What about dual of this one? That is, I want to ask about dual of dual. How many vertices? How many regions? X, Y, Z, W. 4 regions, so 4 vertices will be there. Right? Now tell me. How the edges formation? W, this is your W, X, Y, Z, right? Now, X is, will X be adjacent with W?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What about Y and X? Are these adjacent?
No, ma'am.
No. What about W and Y?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And W and Z. So you may not get G star will be always isomorphic to G. You may not get this one, right? Clear? This was your P4, not P3. Right? P4. So this is K13, right? What about P3 dual? This one? Yeah, P3 dual. And again, if you find dual of this P3, dual of this dual, what you will get? There are 3 vertices. Clear? A, B, C. A is adjacent to B. A is adjacent to B is adjacent to C, not A. Clear? So P3 dual of dual, it will be isomorphic to P3. Clear? P4. There is 1 vertex and 3 loops. This we have already discussed, right? So you will get dual of dual is K13. In fact, whenever you have this kind of structure, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have 4 number of loops, then there are how many faces? How many regions? 5. 1 outside, 4 inside, right? So this outside region will be adjacent to all these inside region. So always the dual of this formation will be K1 n minus 1, right? K1 n minus 1. Clear? Dual of this one. Okay? Cn. Dual of C3, it is this one. This C3 again, dual of C3, that is double dual. For this one you have first region, second region and third region. So you will be having 3 vertices, right? Now here
Yes.
you have A, here you have B, here you have C. B and C adjacent?
Yes, ma'am.
B and C adjacent. What about A and B? Adjacent.
Adjacent.
A and C adjacent. So in case of Cn, you will get double dual is isomorphic to Cn. So in some graph it is isomorphic, but in almost other graph it may not, right? These I already discussed. A plane graph forms region, right? Faces, these are known as its regions, and these faces means where the edges meet, right? That means where 2 faces meet, there is a formation of edge, right? This one. And where 3 faces meet, or you can just say 2 edges meet, there is a vertex. Clear? Yeah. What about dual of this one? Again, A2, right? 2 vertices A and B. There is this S between A and B that separates A and B. That's why it will join the vertices A and B. Okay. And K3 dual is again K3. K4 dual is again K4. Right? Sorry. For K3, double dual is K3. Right? K4 double dual is again K4 because this is isomorphic. Okay. Now what about K5? Can you find dual of K5? Yes?
No, ma'am.
No. Why is it so?
No, because it is not planar.
Not a planar graph, so you cannot draw as a plane, and plane part में ही F decide होता है, right? For this one you can easily find. For this one you can find. Cut edge forms the loop, and common edges, that is common boundary, or you can just say 2 faces have common 2 faces have edges, common edges, then there is formation of multi edges. Okay. Now length of each face is given by the length of closed loop. Okay, that will be total length of closed loop. For example, you have this is the graph, this is the plane graph, and it is dividing the plane into just one region. What will be the length of this face X? Closed walk. You start with A, B, then A. Or if you are starting with B, then you need to come back to B. Only then it will be closed, right? So length of this one will be 2. Okay. So means to say in the length, whenever there is a bridge, that is counted twice. Clear? And non-bridge edge is just counted only for once, right? And this I already told you that 2 embeddings may be same, may be isomorphic, but their dual may not be. But the summation of degrees will be same. Degree may not be same, degree of the corresponding vertices, but the summation of all the degrees will be same. Okay, cut edge contributes twice the length. Okay, and summation of degree, as you can just see, this is coming as 16 in the above graphs. Okay, then we discuss summation of length of Fi will become 2m. This is familiar. This is coming from summation of degree, na? Summation of degree. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know that length of Fi, this length become the, this face become the this face become the vertex in dual, right? And this length become the degree. Clear? So that's why it is by degree sum formula. You have summation of degree in V star. In G star it is 2m, and as this is becoming corresponding to this one, that's why it is coming to this one, right? That is length of Fi becomes the degree of small fi. Okay. And as you know that E and E star or M and M star are same, the number of edges are remaining same in G and G star. That's why it is 2m. Okay. Then we discussed that for every plane graph, these are equivalent statement. That is, G is bipartite. If and only if bipartite होगा तो odd cycle नहीं होगी, odd cycle नहीं है तो odd close walk भी नहीं होगी. So that's why face की length भी odd नहीं होगी, right? So G is bipartite. Every face length has even length, right? Okay. Every face length is even. If and only if अगर face length even होगी तो face become the vertex in dual, right? Face becomes the vertex in dual. Clear? This face becomes vertex in face in G become the vertex in dual, and length of face become the degree of that vertex. Clear? In G star, and you know that length is even, so degree will be also even. So degree of all the vertices become even. That's why this is Eulerian. Understood? Then Euler's formula is that connects number of vertices, number of edges, and number of faces. It also connects these in 3D or 4D, you can just say, where F is the number of faces. Okay, you can count for, you can verify for cube in 3D or the plane part of cube in 2D. This F in 2D become the regions. Okay, bounded or unbounded, both count. In 3D, it becomes the faces, right? So Euler formula is A minus E plus F is equal to 2. Whenever it is the connected graph. If it is disconnected, so in case of connected, number of component is just 1. Okay, so it is 1 plus 1 in connected graph, connected plane graph. If you have disconnected plane graph, then N minus E plus F, this will give you K plus 1. K is the number of component of that graph. Clear? Then we prove this one. For a plane graph with K number of component, it is K plus 1. And for a connected graph, you have N minus E plus F is equal to 2. That is 1 plus 1. Then we discuss this one. Whenever G graph is a simple planar graph or simple plane graph, then you have E is at most E is less than equal to number of edges is less than equal to 3n minus 6. If it is triangle free, then number of edges is less than equal to 2n minus 4. And we use this formula, this one and this one, to prove that K5 and K33 non-planar again, right? So K33 is your bipartite graph, so it's triangle free, so you can use this formula. And K5 in this one triangle present, n is at least 3, that's why you can use this formula. If they are planar, then this will hold. But in fact, if you find E and N, this formula does not hold for these, right? So if this formula does not hold, then negation of Q implies negation of P. That means this is not a planar graph. Clear? Then maximum planar graph, that is the maximal planar. That is this planar graph is that even if we add one more edge, it will be non-planar. That is your maximal planar graph. कोई भी any edge cannot be, no more edges can be added. Okay, we cannot add any other edges. For example, K5 minus E. This adds this graph is maximal planar, because even if we add one edge, this will become non-planar. Okay. And in formal definition, you can also write this is a simple planar graph, that is not a spanning subgraph of any other planar subgraph. Okay. Spanning होने में कुछ ना कुछ edge add हो सकती है, but इसमें नहीं, right? Triangulation means each face boundary is your C3. For example, K5 minus E. This one is your triangulation. Yeah. Corresponding to this one, you have a simple plane graph. You have more these following two statements or three statements are equivalent. If G has exactly, we have done that every simple planar graph, it has E is at most 3n minus 6, and for a triangle free, it is E is at most 2n minus 4, right? But here, if it is exactly equal to this one, then G forms a triangulation, and if triangulation, the formation of triangulation occur, then you can have G is a maximal planar graph. Clear? If it is having exactly 3n minus 6 number of edges. Okay. Then we discuss this question. Every subgraph of a planar graph is planar. It was true, because the bigger one is planar, that's why smaller one will be planar. Non-planar, every subgraph of a non-planar graph is non-planar. Not true. K5 is non-planar, but there are many subgraphs which are planar. Proper subgraph you can take it. Okay. And K5, K33, if you remove one edge from these are non-planar. If you remove one edge from K5 and one edge from K33, these graphs become planar. You can easily draw. Okay. Then the planar graph has a cut vertex, then its dual has a cut vertex. It may not be true in general. Counter example is, you can have any tree, and its dual will be having just one vertex and n minus 1 number of edges. So here we don't have any cut vertex. Clear? Then by using that formula, E is at most 3n minus 6. This formula, we prove this one, that prove that every simple graph has a vertex of degree at most 5. When simple planar graph होगा, तो उसमें कम से कम एक vertex present होगा, उसकी degree either 5 होगी या फिर उससे कम होगी. अगर all the degree will be greater than equal to 6, then this will not be a planar graph, because we got the contradiction on number of edges. We have used this one because it was given this. Okay, and the same thing for n less than 12, you have that is every simple graph of order less than equal to 11 that has a vertex, there will be at least one vertex of degree at most 4. So if not, then degree will be, for all the vertices degree is at least 5, and by using degree sum formula you have this one, and by using E is at most 3n minus 6, you have reached up to this one. And if you put n is 11, 10 or anything else which is less than 12, this formula does not hold. This is not true in general. Okay, for this n. That's why this is the contradiction. That's why we have to have at least one vertex with degree at most 4. That is, all vertices are not having degree at least 5. Okay, and this one is given as bipartite graph. That's why we any bipartite graph we are having non-triangulation, that is no triangle present, right? Okay, that's why we can use E is at most 2n minus 4. And finally this was done. Okay. So I stop here. That's the end of this chapter. Tomorrow we'll start new chapter. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.